Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 tips for learning the Toolmaster Pro and mastering this unit. I've seen a lot of comments saying you guys are getting this for Christmas or you just got it for Christmas and you're just trying to pick my brain on how do I get started learning this. So this video is for you. Before I jump in today's content, I do want to say that I'm getting ready to launch the first Toolmaster Pro course on the internet. And I'm doing a free giveaway right now. So if you click the link below in the comment description, you can sign up for the wait list where you'll get an email notification when the course goes live. But as a thank you, I wrote an entire guide to help you get started with the Toolmaster Pro, and that's for free. All you gotta do is click the link below. It'll walk you through everything, and you'll be able to get that. So without further ado, let's jump into my top 5 tips for getting started with the Toolmaster Pro. All right, so we're in the studio. First of all, I'm just going to assume that you took the time, you learned how to get everything connected, you're playing through FR cabs or headphones. If you need help setting that up, the course that's being released is going to walk you through everything and show you how, so many different ways of how you can utilize this unit. This used to be the Nexus in my studio until I got a bigger interface. So there's a lot of creative things you can do with it. But the first thing we're going to do is, I'm just going to assume that you've never really used this before. So here is like the approach to learning this thing. First of all, what I want you to do, you're going to see mine's going to look different than yours. And that's because I've already kind of gone through some of these steps that I'm showing you. So don't worry about that. Just follow me on, what we're doing here. So the number one thing that I'm going to recommend you do is just go through presets and find stuff that you like, how it sounds out of the gate. So like for me, the chicken picking one was really good. You don't have to be a country guy to appreciate this. And I think I've modified mine, so don't worry about it. But like it does the chicken thing, right? Slow burning. All right, but here's the thing that we're looking at. When we're going through these presets, I don't want you to just be like, oh yeah, this sounds good. What I want you to do instead is think, man, I like the way this sounds because. I like the way this sounds because that'll help you understand this unit in the long run. So for example, I like this because that clean tone, it sounds really close to a Fender clean. I like the sustain. This preset sustains like crazy. If I go to FS mode, I like the pedals that are in here. And what I would do is I would continue to go through all the different presets and making mental notes of the pedals that I like and the amps that I like and the signal chain that they're in. So order is king. Because one of the beautiful things about the Toolmaster Pro is the way that the virtual pedals interact with each other is the same way it does in the analog world. So go ahead, start with the factory presets, start doing that sound discovery. And then what I want you to do is I want you to save your favorite presets. And let's just try to say like 5 presets. Don't do more than 5. And really, if you can do 3, that's good. So what I want you to try to focus on is, let's grab a good clean preset. Let's grab a good dirty preset, like edge of breakup, if you will, and then a high gain preset. And once you do that, what I want you to do is you come over and use your computer for this. If you don't have a computer, that's fine. What I want you to do instead of what I'm about to show you is move them up so they're like number 1, 2, 3, and 4, or, put them in order. But I want you to export this preset and put it in its own folder called, my favorite presets. Because that's important. Because what we're going to do is, the third real important thing to mastering this is that if you've already picked out your top 3 to 5 presets, go through and figure out, really get pen and paper. That's the best way to learn this stuff. But write out the amps that are on there. And what I want you to do is say, like, why do you like that amp? And this takes time, because at first you may not know why. You're just like, well, it sounds good. Okay, well, let's figure out why it sounds good. So this is the twin reverb. So the thing I'm listening for, I like how responsive it is. I like the way that it sounds, especially with this large hall reverb. Excuse me, talking's hard this morning. It's just very punctual. This sounds very believable. If you've ever played a real Fender amp, it's like, this is the Fender sound that I love. Okay, great. So now I wrote in my notebook, twin reverb, really good for cleans on the Toolmaster Pro. Now, once we deciphered that, what I want you to do is go into the cab section and pay attention. What are they miking it with? You see that this is a dynamic ribbon mic, and they're also using a 2x12 cabinet. Write that down, because when you go to build your own rigs, having a portfolio of your favorite cabs is invaluable. Invaluable. The whole reason I can create all these YouTube videos and show you all these different rigs is because I've done this a million times, exactly what I'm showing you. All right, so one other thing, if you're going to build your rigs, these default numbers are kind of doo-doo. All right, don't leave this here. If you're going to play in a band setting, I'm going to tell you something as a guy who went all analog to now all digital. I've gotten in trouble a lot of times at gigs because my guitar tone would be stupid boomy in the room and bassy. So here's what I recommend. For starters, cut at 80 hertz. Anything below 80 hertz, that's for the kick drum and the bass guitar. And really, if I'm playing in a place where I know it's going to be booming the PA system, I'll cut up even to 120 hertz and beyond. This is all about using your ears. On the high cut side, if you feel like something sounds a little tinny or digital, if you will, it's probably because you're allowing too many frequencies in. So for you guys coming into the digital world, the cool thing is that on digital we can process every frequency possible out of the guitar. So from 20 hertz up to 20,000 hertz. Here's why that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it allows us flexibility. We can model a bunch of different things. It's a bad thing because a twin reverb isn't going to give you 20 hertz out of a guitar. Can it? Possibly. But if you look up natural compression and how circuitry works, most guitar cabinet, now everyone is different, so I'm not going to say that this is every guitar amp, but most amps are going to cut around the 57 hertz, maybe 1200 hertz if it's like a British amp and has the presence knob. But I would start off with these cuts because this is going to sound great coming through a PA and you're less likely to get in trouble. Now listen to it. Doesn't sound any different. But if you play this through a PA, it'll sound night and day different. You'll actually be able to hear your guitar. It'll sound articulate in the way that it should. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Oh, that's another tip. Save. All right, so the first tip was to use factory presets and just explore. The second tip was to save your favorite factory presets. The third tip was to start making a list of your favorite amps and your favorite pedals. And then I kind of snook in the fourth tip is doing your cuts at 120 hertz to 57 hertz to really get started. The last thing that I'm going to show you that's really important is that once you have this list and you want to figure out what everything is, all right, once you have your list and you know what you like or experimenting with, the thing I really recommend you do is pull up the modeling guide. I'll put a link to it below so you click it and download it straight from Fender. But this is just the download link will be for the latest as of the 18th of December, 2024. So if you're watching this in the future and there's new updates, go to Fender's page. If you go down to the bottom, it'll say modeling guide. Click that, and that's where you can find the most up-to-date resource. But man, this is important. Let me show you why. Say we go to Stomp Boxes, and like my favorite one that I always use is the Clons, both the Mythic Drive and the Mythic Drive 2. This one has kind of replaced the Mythic Drive 1 for me. It's doing something that I really enjoy. But let me show you how I use this, so that way you can get some juice out of this, right? So I'll look it up and I'm like, oh, okay, this is Mythic Drive 2. It's inspired by the 90s era Klon, Centaur, No Horse. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy this and we're going to search Google for this. And then what I'm going to do, let's do, and at the end, let's type in guide. All right, so this is just one I pulled up randomly, okay? But the important thing is that I come through here and I look at, schematics may not be that important to you, but a lot of people will tell you how they use it. And you can usually find like some really good YouTube resources of learning like how to dial this stuff in. This may not be the best thing, but let me see. Yeah, this may not be the best example, but I would say something like how to use Klon, Sitar, and go on Google. Yeah, and of course I chose the worst pedal that doesn't have a guide, but for amps, maybe let's use an amp. Hey, we're doing this thing live, man. This is called no script. All right, so yeah, let's look up an amp because you know let's see. This is similar to the UK30. Let's just look up JC Roland Jazz. All right, this is my favorite clean amp on the Toolmaster Pro. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I use this amp a ton. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look this up, search Google for the Jazz Roland, and we're gonna say tips and tricks. All right, so now we can look at the gear page. Brilliant site for getting really good information. And just go through here and read and see how people are using this. Also, like, YouTube is a great resource. Like, obviously you know this because you're watching my videos and you think they're valuable. But man, all these guys, look at this. This is a 6-minute video just on this amp. And the cool thing about the modeling stuff is that it's gotten to a point where everything you watch on real gear translates over to your Toolmaster Pro or whatever amp you're using or modeler you're using. So I think I'm gonna end this video there. Those are really my 5 tips. The most important thing I can recommend is, like, man, just have fun and just experiment. And always try new things. Watch these videos, watch my videos, watch Doug's videos, McFarlane, all these guys. We put a lot of time and we have a lot of time with these units, and the only way that I've really learned to master this unit is experimentation and trying stuff. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, that's okay. It's not analog gear. You didn't just waste $150 to $300 on a guitar pedal that doesn't work for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's really the beauty of this. One final tip, really, and this is kind of, we'll just call this bonus 6. If you were going to use this with your analog tube amp or just your amp in the room, don't use an amp on here. I got a message from a viewer who said, like, man, my Toolmaster Pro, like, I watch all your stuff, I bought your presets, but they don't sound the same. And I started having conversations with him, and come to find out, he was running his Toolmaster Pro into, I think he had like a Boss Katana or some type of amp. But the issue with that is that you were amping an amped guitar signal. So you need to treat this as, this is a physical, like, I have a 65 Deluxe in the room. This would be equivalent to having a pedal board running into the 65 Deluxe. But if you run this rig on the Toolmaster Pro that you see into the Deluxe reverb that I have in the room, it's like you would have a twin reverb running straight into a Deluxe reverb. Okay, that just doesn't sound good. It's not gonna. So if I wanted to use this with my analog rig, what I would need to do is this. Now I can just use it as a pedal board, and then this pedal board can go into my tube amp. Now this may change if you have like a bypass, but even then I still wouldn't use an amp because it's like you're double amping the same guitar signal, and that's just not, it'll never sound good. Here's the good news though. If you bought this and you're not ready to get an FR cab, or you don't have studio monitors, or you don't have headphones, if you just bought this at $14.99, which is what it's currently listed, and you're using it as a pedal board, you have still saved yourself a ton of money when you consider how expensive analog pedals are. So if what I just said kind of bums you out, don't let it. You still got a great deal, bro. Trust me. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully this helps out all the new guys. I saw all your comments on my videos. Hey, I am stoked that you got the Toolmaster Pro. I have over 40 videos published, so if you are the type of person like me, you like to just throw this on while you're working, learn a ton. Keep learning. If you are interested in getting that free PDF that I mentioned, sign up for the waitlist. I will have a course that comes out, and I'm going to be doing a promo where if you sign up for the waitlist now, I'm going to give you a certain percentage off when it comes out. I'm hoping to have everything done and published by the 1st of January. I'm trying to get done with everything with the Christmas craze coming up. So it should be coming out in the next 2 weeks if you're watching this on the 18th of December. But hey, as always, I just want to say thank you guys so much for viewing the channel, giving me the time of day to teach you about the thing that I love the most. If you do want to just snag some presets in the meantime, my shop link will be below. And as always, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Instagram, Threads, Facebook, that's the best place to reach out to me, but I will answer your comments on YouTube as well. I get back to every comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!